Pole king of TB bowling. 26 years. And going strong. This may be one of our finest years ever. And it has been a pleasure to be with you. 4 more weeks. You're looking at our king, Don Waddell.
Giving it the Riga Calfus talk down.
Whatever all that is.
Looking for 10 to start us off. And down they go. The big hand slap.
A light mixer. I tell you, you don't want to do that to Lenny. Lenny's he's a sleeping giant, and he's a really nice guy. But if you jump in his face,
look out.
Sort of like jumping in Dave Newraz's face. Huh?
Yes.
You love that, don't
yes,
you, Dave?
there's about 120-pound weight difference between those two guys.
Get me fired up. If you leave Lenny alone, he can be beat. But if you jump him, I don't know. There you go. You heard the voice of his buddy Alan Runkle in the background saying, come on. Got the ball wide, and normally he'd carry that shot, but right here you're going to see the solid 7. The one you want to keep your eyeballs on is the second one from the left-hand side right there, up and around the neck of the 7-pin. And Lenny put a couple of these away, no problem, last game. But this is the championship match.
I'll give you credit. You went out on a limb. Not going to give away that Ford Taurus today, but we'll do that next week.
Not to Lenny, anyway.
That's right.
Don's still alive.
That's right.
West Hills Ford is represented. I think they only missed 1 week, and that was last week on the way on the east side, but they're back again. Tom is here.
We also have a nice showing from our BPA proprietors. Sam Coleman, he's been a godsend. He's been giving us all these stats throughout the whole year. He's really been terrific. Walt Tarpley, of course, our proprietor here.
Big Len Ramsey answers right back in the second with 10 and just mows him down.
We also have with us Jerry Bettinghouse, who also has been with us just about every week, and Irv Hoinke, of course.
Yeah, we've got a good contingent. Not to mention all the technical people that make it possible for us to bring you this telecast.
The best in the business.
Well, most of them are the best in the business. We got a few rogues in the truck, but you know, of course they say the same thing about us out here.
They say 3 rogues in front.
Don Waddell, right lane, going high, leaving the 6-10. Let's take a look at his release on this shot. It's a little unique. It's pretty simple, straightforward. Just comes up right off the bottom of the ball, around the side, bends the elbow. Not textbook form, but again, you don't need textbook. You need repetition, and Don Waddell repeats time and time again.
Looks like some golden box form to me. What do you think? He had just what it took for that thing.
Whatever it takes to win the match now, our championship round, tied up in the 2nd frame. Lenny Ramsey, advantage, strike in the 2nd frame.
I'd also like to thank Michelle Brown, our tournament director, and Donna and Paul and Jackie. They've all done a terrific job with our qualifying, got everything off on time, and thank you once again.
Ooh, Donna. Ooh, Donna. Yo, there you go, Don Waddell, left lane, lined up, obviously. Let's take a look at Don. He's going to like this shot, and the ball is going to devastate the pins. We see a little emotion out of this fella? Yeah, you bet. He knows it's a good shot. He likes it. Yeah, baby. Uh-oh, the hand slap.
Now, you know, we talked to Don. He's a pretty easygoing guy.
Nice.
I think that's just more out of just intensity and being fired up, don't you think?
I'm the same. Yeah, I'm the same way, Tom. He's not doing it at anyone. It's just to keep that adrenaline flowing and to reward himself with a nice shot.
Oh, my God.
How
This
in
may
the
be-
world did he miss?
This may be the most radical, solid 9 you'll ever see on television. Keep this one on your retake reel, folks. The 9-pin is going to be left standing. Absolutely no way that pin should still be there.
No kidding. He's going to pick up the spare.
See if that unnerves him. I don't think so. I really don't think that's going to unnerve him at all, but it could, so we're going to have to see how this shot pans out. But the match is tied up. Advantage now swings to Don Waddell.
Don Waddell, of course, our king last week. It was his first time on television. So you got to hand it to that guy. He'd been qualifying for 2 years, never made the show, and his first time, well, He's our king.
He also enjoys golf and tennis and basketball. All-around athlete, Don Waddell is. Oh, God.
Another tough break for one Len Ramsey.
Lenny Ramsey leaving the 6-pin just a wee bit high on the left lane. Like I said, I don't know if that bad break in frame number 3 unnerved him or not, but he's got 9s everywhere. A 6-pin, a fairly easy spare, and Lenny Ramsey should make this no problem.
That's exactly what he does. But Len Ramsey is shooting spares, and he wants to be shooting strikes. Don Waddell is working on a strike in his half of the 3rd and now moves to the 4th.
Speaking of Don Waddell winning the Golden Ball contest, if no one should win the Golden Ball contest next week from Glenmore, all the names from the studio contestants and the home players will go into the Turner, and it will be drawn, and that one person will receive the whole, I guess it would be $1,200 next week.
I'll see if I can get my business card to slide in there one time. So I'd like to walk away with that. Let's take a look at the deflection on the ball, leaving the weak 10. Now this ball, after it hits the head pin, center of your screen, is going to jump to the right. Get the phone there, will you, Thomas?
Hang on a second.
There you see it, the 6-pin.
Hello.
Just
you at your wife. She wants you out of here,
cross lane for the spare. That's a great spot with your dad, by the way. I love that new one, the phone. But we won't go into that now. There you see the score. 1 pin, Don Waddell had the advantage going into the 5th frame. Both players on spares.
For you folks at home, by the way, that was New Rath's car phone, which we heard ringing in the background.
Look out.
Oh, looked like he went just a tad wide.
I mean to tell you, now, that should pump him up, because on this ball, we're going to see the ball go a little wide, but hit the dry and come back with a vengeance. What's a 5-pin? Second one back center of your screen. Exit stage left, but there ain't nothing to knock down. 1 pin. Don Waddell, strike. Up. Lenny Ramsey must start striking here to get any sort of momentum going for the latter part of our championship match here at Durbin Bowl.
Just a matter of carry. Boys hit every single shot right there.
Look out, look out. How about a completely errant shot? Every player's going to have this. Unfortunately, you don't want it now. Watch him pull it. He's been getting the ball down the lane. That ball crosses about 3 boards inside of what he's trying to hit, crosses over to the opposite side, and almost gets away with it. Solid 4-pin.
We've seen a lot of those this year, to be quite honest about it. A lot of opposite pockets that still went 10 in the pit.
This game, Tommy, is so meticulous about what you have to do to wind up in the... It's not a difficult game, and I don't want to scare anybody away, because it's a lot of fun. But at this level, these players have to be precise. There you see it. Lenny Ramsey, 2 pins down in the 4th frame, gives up the advantage to Don Waddell with the strike in the 5th.
Lenny really needs a strike here. He has only struck 1 time. That was in the 2nd. The rest all spares. And again, a good-looking shot. You see him raise his eyebrows, shake his head. It's like, boy, what do I have to do to get 10 of them to fall?
Well, on this ball, I don't know what to tell you. The culprit, again, is the 4-pin, second one from the left-hand side of your screen. But why isn't it going down? It's speed. Look at it go up, 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 and away.
Now, Dave, is this a case where his speed is working against him?
It was on that shot, Tommy, but he went with a little more speed because he's gone high. On just a couple of shots, nothing major, but, you know, players are always thinking. They're always looking to make that fine adjustment that'll let him strike. Len Ramsey is not out of the match at all because he's plugging the pocket with regularity, but Don Waddell has the advantage now with the strike.
And Lenny's making his spares, most importantly.
Got qualifying going on today.
Yes, we do, at Glenmore Bowl in Cheviot. And so far, from Saturday, Bill Heflin was high, and Alan Runkle will roll off. And for the women, we've got Teresa Forwood with 6:08.
Now, the folks want to get there a little bit earlier today. Is that right?
Please?
The folks want to get there a little bit earlier today?
Yeah, because there is no 3 or 4:30 shift. So get there early right away. And I would say it'd be a good shot at making it for all you men, since there is 2 shifts shy of the regular amount.
That ball really, really put the pressure on Len Ramsey. Throws a fantastic shot on lane 8. The same rip rack we saw in lane 7 the frame before. Now, if he gets this one, Lenny Ramsey is way down.
Big shot here.
It's close.
And this time he didn't get the break.
That's right. The ball wide. Didn't finish as strong as the other ones. Let's take a look at it here on the replay. The pin that's not going to do his job is the 6 pin. Second one from the right-hand side of your screen. But watch this ball deflect after we get off of Don here a minute. Come on, get up. See it deflect. Take the 3 pin straight back. That's a 6 pin. It's laying on the 10. It's laying on it, but not today. Got to hit this spare.
So crucial, the spare shooting. Boy, you miss one and it'll kill you. Don Waddell will not miss. So now the pressure, as you mentioned, Dave, really swings big time to Lenny Ramsey.
Lenny Ramsey with a strike right here would cut the deficit to 12 pins. Then he would have the advantage of the strike. He's got to have it here to cut it to 12, going in to our 8th, 9th, and 10th frames.
Lenny also was the City All-Events champion in '82, and he did start bowling at the age of 20, so that was only a few years after he started bowling that he won the All-Events. That's pretty darn impressive.
No kidding. That one didn't even look to be close.
Now the right-hand lane, the shot where he made the lane where he made a completely horrible shot the frame before, gets this ball a little short. Not the projection we normally like to see out of Lenny. Takes a head pin straight back. That's the 2 pin going to the wall, taking out the 8 late, leaving an easy spare, the 6-10.
Dave, let me ask you, after the kind of game that Ramsey had in the last game, what kind of adjustment has he apparently not made to have that kind of success in this one? Or is it just bad breaks with some of the balls he's rolled?
Well, as we can see the score there, we've got a 14-pin deficit for Lenny Ramsey going into the 8th frame. Lenny 14 pins down, not insurmountable at all. Matter of fact, it's a very close match. But like you said, Tommy, a couple of bad breaks in just the wrong situation can do just untold damage to your game. And you're right, Jen, another one. What would normally be a rip rack for Len Ramsey with the additional speed that he's putting on the ball right now to hold the line, made the 5 pin come in front of the 10 rather than go into the 10.
Boy, Lenny, he's just got to be talking to himself. I did hear Alan Runkle during the break say that Lenny was having real problems with the lane 8, that it was just a little bit flaky. So other than the bad breaks, I think lane 8's just giving him troubles, but
I thought he said Lenny was flaky. Was he?
No, not a bit flaky.
All right, okay.
Not a bit.
See, Jen doesn't make those mistakes as you do occasionally, Mr. Newrat.
Selective listening, you know.
Well, Don Waddell has the advantage. Boy, Lenny had a big opportunity in just a couple of bad breaks. He picked up the spares, but you don't catch strikes with spares, folks. I don't need to tell you that.
Look out, look out. We're talking about the Aaron shots. And he's giving him a round of applause for that horrible shot.
No, but I got to believe he's happy with it.
Yeah, well, to break it up, sure he is. But right there, 15th board, he's trying to play about 12. Look at him get over, he's saying. Not bad enough, but he gets a big break and carries out the multiple pin spare, leaving only the 6 pin. Fairly simple.
Now we're coming into the 9th and 10th crucial frames.
There's the spare. It knocks down the 6 pin.
Once again, we are qualifying a Glenmore Bowl. 608's high for the women. That's very beatable. I was there yesterday. I couldn't do it, but I think I'm going back.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Jeez.
See, the kinder side is on this 2/3 of the table.
You guys. Yeah.
Make you sick or what?
Yeah. 14 pins. The man is up by 14, and to keep that lead, that's what you want to do. We saw it last week, 9th frame. What's he do? He rope-a-dopes one right there, 10 in the pit. Let's watch the perfect strike. 14th board, keeps it tight. No deflection, 6 pin into the 10, out of here. Lenny Ramsey is on the ropes.
Oh boy, Don, the hand slapping, he was pumped up after getting that strike. You see him just kind of looking around a little bit, but he knows he's in command.
This is it for Lenny Ramsey. If he wants any shot of winning, He's got to throw a good shot here on the lane that's been giving him problems. You heard again.
Continue.
Alan Runco in the background. Sit, or that's what our players try to tell the ball. I mean, it's crazy we talk to it, but don't hook anymore. Alan knew it was going to be a little high when it left his hand.
So some tough breaks and some missed opportunities for Lenny Ramsey here in our final match. And give Don Waddell his credit. I'll tell you, folks, he really came around when he needed those strikes. He buried them.
There you see it. The lead has now gone to 15 pins, but the big, big difference are the little hash marks there in the 9th frame. An X for Don Waddell, a spare for Lenny Ramsey. Lenny needs this one and one more. Bingo on the first one.
He's got to be saying, I could have looked at about 5 or 6 more of those today with any help at all.
Exactly. Well, it's crucial. He's got to have it, Tommy, because he needs the second one to come up with any shot at it. He needs 2 to get into the 2-0 range. 3 will give him 203. Don Waddell now with spare strike would finish with 208. Got to have this one. Any prayer. This party is over.
Well, you see a mild look of frustration on Lenny's face. He knew that he had to have that, but just couldn't get it to fall. 6 and 10 still standing. Lane number 7 just steps up there more or less to finish out. And does it well.
Situation's this, Tommy, with a total of 8 pins on 2 balls in the 10th frame. Don Waddell can still maintain his kingship going into our last week of regularly scheduled telecasts.
I'd say he's in pretty good shape.
I'd say he's in pretty good shape.
Now, you never ever know.
Never know.
Now you do.
Yeah, nice. Out of here, Don Waddell. Next week, he showed me a lot. Last week, when he had to throw the strike, what did he do? He not only struck, he labeled him. Today, crucial shot, 9th frame, really put the pressure on Lenny. He did it. And then that one was fairly easy, but the 9th frame was impressive.
Now looking to tack on some more numbers. In the 11th. And tack them up he does. Yes, sir. At Biston, just like, yeah.
He's happy with his game. He's happy with his performance, and by George, he ought to be, Tommy.
And a very commendable performance from Lenny Ramsey. With any amount of luck at all, he very easily could have won that game.
By Dave, he'll finish it up. Opposite side won't get the strike. Don Waddell hangs on to his kingship. We'll be back to hear from him in just a second.
Last week during our untelevised Queen of Bowling, Jan Hill shot a 644 at Durbin Lanes to become this week's top woman qualifier. And Lee's famous recipe salutes Jan Hill.
When he needs him, Don Waddell. Week number 2 as our king. Don, congratulations, $750 and a trophy for the wall there. Thank you very much.
Nice shooting, nice shooting. Next week we're going to come to you from Glenmore. Certainly hope you'll join us. For David Newrath and Jennifer Kleekamp, Tom Brenneman saying so long from Lawrenceburg, Indiana.
Greater Cincinnati, BPA's